Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to ChriswithaC. Hope you're all doing well, thank you very much for joining me today. Guys, right, we're back in Garth Park. Now, reason I'm here today is obviously we're going to be giving the Team Corally Syncro its first run. And so this is the two-wheel drive version of the Team Corally Buggy platform, 4S platform. There is a little bit of confusion on the channel where people are saying, you know, it's a four-wheel drive. No, guys, this is a new release, all right? And what they've done is made a few changes on the car. Essentially, using the 4S platform, but changing a few bits up to make it two-wheel drive. So we have got a slipper clutch system in the car. There is a new ESC. We've got larger rear tyres. We've got an offset front tyre. If you actually check a difference, guys, I didn't realise this till the other day, but there is a slight difference with this two-wheel drive. If you look, the nut is actually recessed as opposed to the 4S car. The nut is on the outside. So that what they've done is essentially push the wheel outwards. So it's got a different sort of offset. As you can see, no drive shaft through to the front, drive shaft through to the rear. And the idea is with this car is obviously what you can then do at a later date is change things up. Obviously, if you wanted to go ahead and change up the four-wheel drive, you can. So everything is still in place. As you can see, there's blank in plate there. We're changing over. Now, they have given it a different kind of colour scheme on the body and all that jazz. Different ESC, you know, there's a few little changes to the car. I tried to come up here on Saturday. It was way too wet up here. It was just I'll put a little clip in actually now. I spent loads of time spinning around and going around in circles, and the floor, it was wet, it was miserable, the grass was slippery, and it was just hard work. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to put the head cam on. We'll put the battery in the car. We'll give the car its first run. As you can see, it is lovely and dry here today. So fingers crossed, we should have a little bit of grip. And yeah, I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so yeah, as I say, the Syncro 2, guys. As you can see, I have changed over from the XT90 to an EC5. Is plug I use, obviously, with all my cars. I'm going to be using this DXF 8000 mAh 130C battery here today. Plenty of runtime, plenty of power. Now, I just to mention, guys, I have actually gone from the 13 tooth to an 18 tooth, and the reason being just to give it a little bit more wheel speed. Nothing too major. I haven't gone to 17 or anything like that. I'm going to be using a stock handset. As time goes on, I probably will shift it onto a radio link because I'm feeling that this might be a good candidate for a gyro. Alright, so here's something, and I did mention it in my unboxing. I did feel that, especially with a two-wheel drive buggy, it might be a good idea to actually have a gyro. A lot of companies actually do that, but they've got the CT2S handset on there. There's no gyro on this. It is a sort of 50%, 100% feature, so you can slow it down a little bit. Now, the idea is today is just give a car a run, see how it feels, and yeah, two-wheel drive, guys, is a completely different experience when we're driving with a two-wheel drive car. So the handset is on. I have got it on 100%. I want to say a huge thank you to each and everyone who are obviously watching all the videos, all the like, shares and subscribe to go on the channel, guys. Honestly, epic. I'm really blessed to have you guys. Oh, and funny thing is, guys, all right, I forgot about this. On the Syncro 4, what you're going to do is put the batteries, the straps like this, and put the cable on the side, and that way you'll be able to get your lid on. Because if you try and do it the other way, what'll happen is this body won't go on. Now, I did speak previously to Team Corally about that, and they said, you know, obviously, if you use a soft pack, you won't have the issue with these basher packs. Now, I will say, my only answer to that is, it is a basher buggy, it's not a race buggy. So to have a little bit of extra height, obviously on the body pins, just to bring it up that little bit, just a touch, would be a good idea. Okay, so handset's on. Let's turn the car on. I do like the fact that obviously the on-off switch is right here. As you can see on 4S. Let's adjust the head cam. And it's the same thing with the body on this when it kicks up the rear here. So There you go, maybe. So fingers crossed. Yeah, there's definitely more grip here today. Okay, so yeah, definitely better in the dry, that's for sure. I'm going to pause the video 2 seconds. Sorry about that, boys. A couple of lads talking. So, buggy like this, 2-wheel drive buggy, what I will say, kind of makes sense in a setting that we're in. Now, you do have to remember, all your braking is done on the rear. So it's going to take a little bit of time to get used to. So obviously you can't just go jamming the brakes on like a 4-wheel drive. Yeah, see, back end steps out. So a different sort of driving experience with this car. Ooh. Can't get on the gas as quick. Oh, awfully hard not using the brake the way I want to. Yeah, see, as soon as you get on the gas mind, she wants to step out. It's a weird driving experience, this car. Whoop, see? So, whereas obviously with the 4-wheel drive you can jam the brakes on coming into a corner fast, you see it's not so much with this. Let's take it down the field, see how it feels. Okay, plenty of wheel speed. Okay, so grass, dry grass is a definite yes. Whoopsie. So you have got to be a lot more cautious with the throttle. I think this is definitely going to benefit from a gyro. It's got a completely different sound, this one, compared to the 4S car because of that spur gear rather than right. So let's try and get some consistent loops here. Right, okay, I had to be cautious then because it was a dog, guys, but yeah, see if we can get some consistent so it will teach you a lot more control. I'm being quite cautious here with the throttle. Whoop, see, once a step out in places catches you up off guard. Nice bit of speed up the hill, turn the car around. I will say it seems to turn a lot quicker, this one. Do I prefer a 2-wheel drive buggy? Verdict's out on that one. I'm a big fan of the 4-wheel drive Syncro, so it will take a lot. But then saying that, as I said, what this actually does is give the cost of emission for many and it's funny because you'd think those back tyres would give you a lot of grip off the go, but yeah, you can't really get on the gas as quick. So you can, oh. So not as stable as the four-wheel drive. That's 110%. Does it drive though? Yeah. So let's give it another blip down the field. And turn the dual rate down some more actually. So yeah, I think this is going to be a lot of fun for someone, obviously. And what it's going to do, guys, is give you a completely different driving experience to the four-wheel drive boys. I do feel that slipper clutch is slipping now, mind. So that might be a good thing actually, if we can get a bit of speed. No, you can hear it. So it's spinning a lot of power out by there. So a little bit of suspension tuning, I think. Sort out that slipper clutch, because at the moment... but I will say I like it. No, do I like it as much as the four-wheel drive car? Well, obviously around here the four-wheel drive car is ballistic, so it is giving me a completely different experience. But what I would suggest is, if you want to get someone into RC, this might be a good option for you, because essentially it's going to teach them a lot of control with the car. I will say those back tyres though. Hiya bud, alright? Right. Sorry about that, guys. Just talking to someone I know. So yeah, unusual. It is spinning a lot of power out with a slipper clutch. That's something I need to have a look at. But when she gets going, and I will say, loosening that slipper clutch off, mind, has made it a little bit easier to turn and power out. Oh, no, there you go. So, yeah, slipper's suffering a little bit by you, being straight. Oh. Yeah, you got to remember some of the you don't quite have the grip in certain situations, though. Yeah. Trying to brake is hard work, I will say that. Let's take it off a wall. Okay, so he jumped. Yeah, slipper clutch is making a hell of a racket. But for someone who wants admission into the hobby, you know, a nice cheap base to get you going, this could be the way forward. Oh, too much, too much. So get some consistent laps up and around you. Steering is sharp. There you go, starting to get a feel for this now. Turn them around. Very nice. So different driving experience altogether. Typical Syncro in the sense of tough, durable. No, not really. You know, it's not. This isn't a ramp centre. It's two-wheel drive, guys. But if you've got and this should last someone a fair old time, because you're not kind of flat out all the time, because obviously you can't because of the rear wheels. Obviously you're not putting a lot of strain on the car. I don't dislike it in the slightest. I could definitely feel like this could do with a gyro. 110%. Ooh, lost that then. You're back to me. Keep on feeling like I'm gonna when you put the brakes on, so you've got to have like a quarter throttle brake, if that makes sense. Whereas obviously with a four-wheel drive car, you can just kind of jam the power on and it'll stop dead. With this one, it's definitely more of a dry weather car, this, I think. Back tyres ballooning like mad. Yeah, good. I've got no issues with this at all. It's good. It's going to make a lot of people happy. On the grass here the other day though, it was horrendous. Grass was so wet. Oh, done a bank in. I will say, mind, battery seems to be lasting a long time. There you go, I got a twig. Got a twig. Whoops, sorry, bud. Yeah, I could still do with a gyro though. Nice. So successful first run, really. All right, well, yes. Successful first run, 1.5. I am going to make some changes to this. I'm possibly going to give it some tuning, some shock tuning. I might even look at the tyres, or they do definitely need. They're like Punisher wheels, and they need breaking in, these wheels. I do feel I've got to be a lot softer with the throttle compared to obviously the four-wheel drive buggy. Turns in a lot better than what the four-wheel drive would, but then again that's because the four-wheel drive is pushing in the corners, so I haven't driven a two-wheel drive in ages, honestly. It takes a lot of concentration in certain aspects. I feel like I'm concentrating more to get the car going. Whereas with the four-wheel drive, I know this place like the back of my hand. Take it off a wall. Nice. kind of let go of the throttle. Suspension is actually quite nicely set up, actually. Is it as blistering fast as what my Syncro is? In the right hands it might be. In my hands, probably not. But then again, I am a sucker for a four-wheel drive car. Oh, there you go. But yeah, plenty of battery life, mind. Plenty of battery life. Turn them around to me. It's a lovely day up here today. Spring is in the air, guys. Whereas obviously you've got a little bit more wheel control, especially with a four-wheel drive. Two-wheel drive, you kind of nurse it in, but it is holding up. Yeah. Sorry, Red. Yeah, enjoying this. Like I say, 8,000 mAh battery. Now I don't know if this ESC is a little bit more efficient than the previous version, but I will say the battery obviously is less drag on drivetrain, so obviously car will last a lot longer. Getting into the flow of it a little bit now. And with our little bit of slipper clutch slip that we had earlier on, I think that's definitely helping me with the car. I turned the dual rate down. Nice corner by there. Whoop, back end. Not so violent on the throttle. But nothing wrong with this, guys. Nothing wrong with this. God, this takes me back, mind, I'll be honest with you. Do you know what? I'm enjoying it. 110% I'm enjoying it. Is four-wheel drive my favourite? Probably. Is two-wheel drive a lot of fun to tame? 110%. I would like to see this on some loose and dusty conditions. Really, really surprised on the run time I'm having here. Breaking in. Now, look. Stuff like that with a basher, you are going to expect these kind of knocks and bumps. Now, that's essentially, at the price is at, how people are going to be driving one of these. It's going to bring a lot of people into the hobby, I think, if we can get the word out there with this car. And later on, you can then look at putting four-wheel drive, so they'll have the control of the car. This is alright, guys. This is alright, honestly. Whoop, but a little bit of back end. Oh, and that's LVC right there. Well, that was fun. That was fun. I'll be straight with you. Oh, look at that. Snap my aerial. Right, I'm going to have to put a new one of them on. But that was a lot more fun than I anticipated. When I got into the flow of it, let's just feel the motor temperature here, because we've been going for a little while, eh? Not too bad. Could probably do with a fan on the motor, I'd imagine. Overall though, chassis going well. We've got no damage, which is great. I need to tighten up the slipper clutch, but what that's actually done is given me a good solid 30 minutes, half an hour of running the car. Servo, yeah, it's alright, it's not bad. I think if you had a gyro and a faster servo on you, the car would feel a lot better. Tyres are starting to break in nicely. Yeah, top marks. I've got no issues with this car, really don't. Just another solid Syncro. Is it? Do I like it as much as the four-wheel drive? Jury's out on that one, but I will say I've had a lot of fun running it around this this area here. I'm going to pause it 2 seconds, guys, because there's a car coming. Right, guys, welcome back. Okay, so what do I think of the Team Corally Syncro? Absolutely awesome, to be honest with you. It does take a little bit of finesse to drive it. Let's not beat around the bush. Different driving experience. You got to be a little bit sort of less trigger happy, more insistent on letting the car roll on in corners, that sort of thing, and applying the throttle. And you look, all this is all about it'd be a great way of actually teaching someone, you know, kind of teaching you to drive. You know, that's what it boils down to. Electrics, flawless, no problems at all. I didn't have an issue with the Syncro previously anyway. Hobby wing, I will say one thing I noticed, and whether it's obviously because there's less drivetrain involved, obviously you've got only got the rear dog bone going towards the rear diff. The run time, whether this is a kind of placebo effect, the run time off this ESC and the fact that the car is obviously 2-wheel drive, I had a lot more run time from this battery than I would with a 4-wheel drive. Now, obviously with a 4-wheel drive, it's geared to the moon. I've got that on a 17-tooth pinion, so yeah, maybe at some point I'll obviously gear this up. Back wheels, there is definitely a break-in period for these tyres. With the obviously as time goes by, that will start producing more grip until they eventually give out. Front tyres probably last forever because obviously there's no drivetrain running through it. What essentially this package is going to do for you, all right, is teach you a lot of control and also still be able to take the car out and have a bit of fun. You know, little areas like this, and essentially that's what it's all about, is obviously getting a little bit of a different experience. Obviously, there's such a plethora of 4-wheel drive buggies out there at the moment. And when you've got that kind of control, what you could do is easily step up to the 4-wheel drive. Now, as I mentioned, what you've got here is obviously the full diff case and everything involved. On the side there then, obviously, these are blanked off. So, essentially, centre diff, dog bone, differential, two CVD shafts here, and you've got it as a 4-wheel drive car. Now, is that expensive? You look at parts breakers, that sort of thing. But yeah, I've had a fun day actually, to be honest, and I've enjoyed driving the Syncro. The drivetrain is nice and loose. I think it would be nice to have a gyro in the car, but again, you know, feathering, throttling around you, stuff like that, it has been interesting. Overall, very, very happy. I want to say a huge thank you to Team Corally for obviously sponsoring these videos and asking me to do the reviews, guys. I said we'll definitely be keeping the Syncro as a 2-wheel drive, if you're wondering, all right? Because I've got a 4-wheel drive. Keep this as a 2-wheel drive. And also, on top of which, I'm going to do a bit of tuning. You know, set the car up a little bit more so it handles a little bit better. Maybe some sway bars. You know, just kind of go to town on it. I mean, obviously, I'm in a situation where the car was provided to me for the purpose of videos. So why not give it a go and see how it feels? Maybe a different set of tyres, you know, give it a go. And that's what the hobby's all about. Trying things out until you're happy with the way they feel. Huge thank you to each and everyone who are obviously watching all the videos. All the likes, shares and subscribes go on the channel at the moment, guys. Epic, honestly. Check the box for more videos. Stay awesome. I'll catch you later.